here.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to have a conversation about relationships. I'm here with Amy and Caraway and Chris, and we're gonna dig in. So, first thing first, what is a relationship? Anyone?
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not even. I'm not.
A relationship is something between two people. Okay, let's go back. We're talking specifically about dating relationships. There we go. Because you can have a relationship. I mean, we all have a relationship as friends on this show. So you can have a relationship with just about anyone.
Romantic relationship.
Romantic. There we go. We're talking about romantic dating relationships when you like someone and you like being around that person and you're like, ooh, googly eyes. Speaking of relationships, hey, you guys, let me just go ahead and drop my little Marvel tidbit. There was a picture of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds out together, walking around, having ice cream.
So,
two men from the Marvel universe that I
wait.
wouldn't mind being in the middle of a sandwich of.
Wolverine
I already see.
and Deadpool.
I was about to say Wolverine and Deadpool.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Nope.
Disney, if y'all are doing something, let this be it. Let this be it.
I would like for this one to be the one that Disney just kind of lets go of and lets Ryan Reynolds have full control over, because it'll be far more.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. But I always have to have little Marvel corner for you guys, and I tied it in relationship wise. Hey.
And for once, you had somebody on your side for this one.
I can already tell how this podcast is gonna go.
You just see this is the part of the podcast that we just like, okay. Yeah, let the ladies have that one.
And also, Ryan Reynolds has his little bromance, or not necessarily Ryan Reynolds, but more like Deadpool has a bromance with Wolverine. So there you go, relationships. They have an awesome one. At least it looks like it. It looked even better on film with no shirts, but we'll see what happens.
I'm with Tora.
We'll see how that works out.
Wolverine fight Deadpool at the end of like one of his movies. Anyways, I know he fights some crazy dude with two swords. I may be out of my element.
I don't know.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right, I'll referee that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll continue to throw water.
I'll pay money.
I'm sure they would stop if you told them to. Oh no, he's hurt. Stop it here.
Here, I will even make the Jello for them to fight in, so that there will be less injuries. And,
right. Neither one of them is gonna die. It's okay. It's okay. No one's gonna die.
Poisoning as soon as they fall in the Jello.
No one's gonna die.
Not Wolverine. He's a drunk as it is.
No one's gonna die. So anyway, that's my little Marvel corner. Y'all know I had to ease it in there. So types of relationships. There is monogamy. I personally like that one. There's polyamory. There is polyandry and polygamy. I think that's how you say it. Polygamy. Polygamy.
Polygamy?
No. It has
with an N.
Polygamy.
Weird. Okay.
Polygamy
not weird,
is,
but I mean, if that's what you're into, whatever.
Polygamy is when a man has more than one wife. Polyandry is when a woman has more than one husband. Polyamory.
So harems.
Who?
Harems.
Sister wives.
Yes. Polygamy, whatever you want to call it. I guess it all falls under the same thing, I guess. And polyamory is the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. Anybody want to comment? Anybody?
I just want to know, do they have like a schedule? Like who's getting?
I don't know. Does anybody want to comment on it? Is anybody a professional in the room? Is there a professional on the mic?
There's no professionals here.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
It ain't me.
I know. This is one where I get to take a back seat.
So I've been in a polyamorous relationship, but it was more just like a mutual understanding of like, hey, we could benefit from meeting and knowing other people, and as long as we're both cool with the person, it was more like we were trying to find one person and bring it into like a triangle kind of thing, not necessarily
a
like
throuple.
Just go. Yeah, like we weren't saying we could just go off and bang whoever we want. Like we had rules. If we knew, like we both had to know the person Like if the person was in a relationship, the other person had to know all the goings on and couldn't participate unless it was like a mutual agreement. But in my instance, I've seen like all the different ways it can go terribly wrong.
Can I ask a quick question? What is the benefit? Like banging two chicks? I mean, what other than sex? What's the benefit?
Well, in my case, if one person has interest, like, you know, they say opposites attract. Well, like, what if you can have the opposite and then also have someone that's similar, and like where you don't agree with things with one person, you can still bounce those ideas off the other person, and that person also enjoys the company of them as well. And like you just have a relationship. I know it's weird, like a weird concept, but you just have a relationship and there's another person that mutually, and a lot of times, like more commonly, it's two girls and a guy. I guess people do have like relationships where it's two guys and a girl, and that's not particularly my cup of tea. I don't know, call me like a sexist or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like there'd be a dog in a race, and the freedom that I was allowing my significant other was, I pretty much, hey, you want to go out to the bar and like make out with a girl and like have a crazy club night and let me stay at home and play fucking video games so I don't have to go get shit faced and deal with all that shit. As long as I know where you're at and I know what's going on and I get pics, do whatever the fuck you want. And that's pretty much how it went for a good while.
So in this type of relationship, is it mandatory for both girls to have sex with each other?
I would say it's mandatory. It was, in my instance, it was another couple, and my significant other and the wife happened to really like find an attraction to each other, but the husband didn't really find an attraction to my significant other, and I didn't really find that much of an attraction towards his wife. So me and him kind of had a mutual understanding. We had similar interest as well in music and activities and stuff. So me and him would hang out, go to the bar, do whatever we wanted, and just chill. And they would go off and do their girls' night and come home and make out. And if we got lucky, we'd catch them and might participate a little bit with our perspective, you know, not to get graphic, but there was a mutual understanding that he wasn't to interact with my significant other and I wasn't to interact with his.
How long did that last for y'all?
Well, that lasted, I'd say maybe 6 months, and then the other couple broke up with my significant other, and I had to, that was pretty, every time, like in every instance, I feel like people get attached, and you can't just tell yourself to not have feelings for someone. They will manifest themselves, and you can't really go back. And whenever one person can't feel comfortable showing affection to their own partner without feeling uncomfortable, like that's your husband or that's your wife. You should be able to show affection to them without this person that came in after the fact making you feel uncomfortable. That's fucked up. So they eventually had to say, hey, we can't do this anymore. And yeah.
Would you do it again?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Not for you.
No.
So has anybody else had any? Oh, no. Okay, I can't say.
No, I covered mine in a previous episode, which isn't relevant to this one. We don't call that anything other than cheating. So yeah,
that'll be episode 13. Catch it in the archives if you want to listen to it.
OPP episode. So I have never been in a polyamorous relationship. However, I have been approached twice. The first time, the dude flat out lied about it, and I was like, if you're lying about it, that doesn't mean, it doesn't say polyamorous. It says like you're being a cheater. So I'm dipping. The second guy, he was cool. His girl knew about me. I was in a vetting process to see if he wants to bring me around, but he got really weird and he kept calling himself God, and then he started beating up the back of my car, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut my losses here. So that was the end of that. So I've never had a polyamorous relationship. However, I've been approached to be in one
like
a few
fucking
times.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it was, it wasn't not the best experience.
Yeah, don't advise that.
Yeah, me either. So monogamy. Can we talk about that one? Is monogamy okay? How do y'all feel about monogamy? Are y'all good for monogamy?
being with the same person for the rest of your life?
Yes, that's it. That's the only
right?
person you're with. You wake up with them, you go to sleep with them. That's the only person you'll ever have sex with for the rest of your life.
Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Are you
I feel like
good
that's the
with
goal, right?
I mean, depending on who you ask, that ain't what the polyamorous people say. Some polyamorous is like, no, I got a choice.
No, I've seen that shit go south. I'm cool with being with one person. One girlfriend is enough.
That's why I was like, I don't know how. Like, cause I don't know if y'all know this. I'm pretty sure y'all probably do. Guys, I know Amy knows this, but once you hang out with a chick, like you and the chick connecting, y'all hang out so much, your cycles start at the same time. So I'm trying to figure out how you have two wives in the same house and they cycles start at the same. You gotta leave. I'm gonna be gone for the next 5 to 7 days. I'll talk to y'all later.
No, because if he played it smart, he has one who's down to get down.
I have.
I was saying as far as attitude wise.
Probably the most important advice for a polyamorous relationship, especially if you have two women, is birth control. If you don't use birth control and you're in a polyamorous relationship having sex with two women, you're an idiot. You're playing Russian roulette with like 3 shots in the cylinder. Don't do that.
You know what? That's why I like monogamy, because
if you fuck somebody, like if you knock somebody up, it's one person, and then you can't knock them up for 9 months. Like, think about that. That's dope, right?
I'm perfectly down for monogamy. Currently, I've found someone who can handle my level of crazy and tolerates it.
Sucker.
I think that's the end game, right? That's the goal of the end game, right? Find somebody who can handle you and yeah, you can handle them. That's important too. So what about polyandry or polygyny? Could y'all do that?
Let me tell you the plus side to my relationship. Okay, when I'm married, there were no in-laws. Okay, I don't want multiple husbands. I don't want multiple sets of in-laws, multiple sets of some Karen walking in telling me how I'm doing everything for her son wrong. No, you did it wrong because you raised him. No, I don't need multiple sets of Karens telling me how to live my life and my relationship. I'm content with the none that I have.
Okay. I mean, I can deal with that.
All right, no Karens here.
I can deal with that. No in-laws, no. I mean, I guess I see in-laws as kind of a good thing, though. But
yeah, if you have,
I've never had any.
They're really cool.
I've never had any, and most of my exes' mothers like me. Most of them. There's one that I don't like either, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, when I moved to Colorado, the girl that I was with, her family took me in surprisingly quickly and like with open arms for someone that just showed the fuck up on a Greyhound bus. I feel like a lot of, if my daughter showed up with some guy on a Greyhound bus with a duffel bag and $100, I'd be like, okay, he sleeps in the car outside. Let's see how this is gonna go. Like, but they welcome me. I guess it just depends on the people the company you keep.
Or they knew how crazy.
It sucks for you.
No. They knew how crazy their daughter was, and there was a sucker.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of that was like, damn, this motherfucker took care of her for 3 years, so we have to at least put up with them for a year, right?
They found a sucker. Oh,
yeah. They owed me like back pay.
They owed you a lot.
Yeah, they owed you. They're good people, though.
I mean, hey, y'all are all speaking because y'all are very much aware who he may be speaking of. I don't know the chick. I've seen the pictures. That's all I got.
I'll send a video of her shooting an AK to you, and
no, thank you.
It's fucking terrifying.
The last thing I want is some random white chick in my phone shooting an AK.
Oh, she's Hispanic.
Let her either. I want no chicks in my phone shooting AKs unless it's me. So the next, how do you do it? How do you get into a relationship? And I'm not talking about like, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost for certain that everybody on the panel has already upgraded from the, let me pass you a note. Do you like me? Yes or no, or maybe, circle 1. I'm pretty sure we don't do it like that anymore. So how do y'all approach a relationship? If you see somebody that attracts you, well, what attracts you? And can you say that you're honestly attracted to a person now as the same way you were 10 years ago? What attracts you?
Maturity now, but like, yeah, I'm terrible about that shit. I will have a Facebook like dating app and run through hundreds of people, get matches, but just not talk to them. I'll talk to them for like a couple days and then it'll just kind of fizzle out. So I got no advice for you.
I was gonna say, Chris, you got something?
Man,
the fuck?
Yeah. I got nothing.
What do you mean you got nothing? Like, I don't understand. How do you have nothing?
Because, so see, I'm like, okay, so to be very, very transparent, and somehow I make this work in the episode.
Oh, wait. Do we need to press pause for this?
No.
So he has the magic scissors to edit it out if need be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing. For me, it's been a while, and I've almost gotten to the point where I don't even know anymore. Like,
I was gonna say, when's the last time you would have used like anything like that remotely?
I'm dead ass honest. I don't know. And I've gotten to that point where I don't think I want to do it again.
As far as,
dude, do you know how awkward it feels writing a bio about yourself? It is.
Listen, let me go back, okay? Because I'm not even gonna lie. I ended up getting a phone call. What the hell are we talking about? Because I really thought I asked a question about how do you ask somebody out, and then it got really dead.
You were asking how you start relationships.
Right, you was asking how you start relationships. And
right, did I miss something? What
no,
did I miss?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. What I'm doing is I'm answering that.
How do you start a relationship?
Right. So
okay.
My answer to how you start a relationship is, I don't know. And the backstory behind it is I've gotten to the point where
you don't want a relationship?
I feel like most of them,
there you go.
Like most of the good ones that started spontaneously.
I am pleading the fifth on this conversation.
Did you order your husband off the internet?
No, I did not.
She didn't order him off the internet.
I actually met him. I met him at the theater. No, but I am not. Because relationships and how I get into them, we're not getting into that. There are no more buses for me today.
Bro, did you human traffic your husband? What did you do to him? I need a picture of him with a newspaper. Today's date.
No, so for me, relationships, like, I ended up in the relationship with the sperm donor. I met him in a club. He walked by, I stopped him. I ran my nails down his back. He arched his back and let out the tiniest moan. I went, that's it, you're coming home with me. There was no option for no. 4 years later, we were done. My husband now, I met him. We went out. It was supposed to be a good date. In fact, I even had a pre-date to the date so that I would remain like a good girl. It would just be go out, have a few drinks, talk a little, go our separate ways. That is not what happened. We dated for 2.5 weeks, got engaged, got married, and here we are now almost 5 years later. So for me, relationships start with sex. I've got an itch that needs to be scratched, and then somehow it turns into something more. Y'all, I seriously need you to lock the buses behind gates with super padlocks, okay? Because this is...
Hey, we will lock we'll lock the buses up later. So getting into relationships, like, okay, so last relationship I got into was really funny because actually I wasn't looking. Again, long backstory, we'll get into it probably off air, but I wasn't looking, and it kind of just was like fell in my lap, and one conversation led to another, and next thing you know, we're dating. And yeah.
Okay, question. How does that happen? Did you say, hey, you my girlfriend, right? I mean, how does this happen? How does it say, when are you at a comfortable position to be like introducing to people, this is my girlfriend, such and such, and not...
I was forced into it. I told my homie that I had liked this chick for a couple weeks and joked around about getting her number, and he got her number like that day. And like he like went in, as we went into the gas station, that as we went into the gas station, he like jokingly asked for her number and she gave it up. And I was like, no, fuck that. He's only asking because I wanted it. So she's like, well, then you ask. So I asked and got it, and ended up, I picked her up like that night, 2 minutes before she closed, went in and bought some Rillos, asked her if she wanted to smoke. And yeah.
So no one says you're my girlfriend. Is that what I'm just asking?
So
no one says, hey, Amy, how did it happen with you? You were just like, fuck that girlfriend shit. I'm your wife. And that period, that's where we went. I ain't doing a girlfriend. We already paid. I'm your wife now.
No, we actually had the discussion. We were actually both content. The way we had worded it was, I would rather live in sin. How did we? Wow, I don't even remember the exact words we used. And that was after like our first week, because
you used the words sin when you first met.
Yeah, I'd rather live in sin than hypocrisy, because both of us, when we met, I mean, we were in our mid to late 30s. We were both kind of content with our player ways. So we weren't necessarily aiming to become anything serious. We were still kind of testing the waters, having fun. We each still kind of had our toes in a different pond, and we'd had the conversation, and then another week goes by and we've spent like every waking minute that we weren't at work with each other. And I showed up to hang out with him one night and was standing in front of the TV. I don't even remember what I was doing. And the next thing I know, there was a ring in front of my face with a "so do you wanna?" To which my response was, sure, why not?
That I can't even be mad at you. Like,
that was so fucking romantic. I cannot even.
Okay, but I have to tell you, that
dude,
was...
you need to take trigger warning. Holy shit, I need tissues.
No, but for me, if I was going, like, I've been engaged multiple times. I've had the dramatic, romantic, down on one knee, all of that. And I said yes because I did really love them, but it never felt right. When he reached around my face with the ring and was like, so do you wanna? And I just kind of turned and looked at him with a, are you effing kidding me? Yeah, sure, why not? That's kind of how I knew this was the one, because it was just nonchalant. It was natural. It was, okay, if she says no, we carry on like we have been. He was prepared. He had 2 bottles of alcohol, one for him, one for me. We were either going to celebrate or wallow in our misery. Like,
well, at least you had contingency plans. I mean, like, what would Bruce do, right?
So, I mean, it was...
I'm sorry, Bruce Wayne? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Y'all was talking all that shit about me earlier.
I'm just saying.
And somebody ease Batman ass on in here. Okay. Okay.
Man, dude had a plan for everybody.
I see what you did there.
You get a Marvel, we get a DC. I mean, it happens. It happens every episode. I mean, it happens.
So for me, that's how it's been, and that's the way it's, I mean, did we rush it? Sure we did. Have we worked out all the kinks in our relationship? Like, we'd only been dating for 5 months when we got married. So we'd only been dating for a month when we moved in together.
I know, I remember seeing some pictures on Facebook and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Who the hell is this dude? I ain't even heard or mentioned this dude before. Who the fuck is this? I said, okay.
Listen, that shit for the tax benefit.
Your reaction was way better than mine, because mine was like, for real. Just,
I was just like, who is this?
I gonna tell me about it, and I see you like every day, all day.
Because I had to tell my mom first. Like, that's just the way it had, like, I needed to tell my mom first. And then he did actually that weekend. So I think he asked me on like a Wednesday. That weekend, we had actually gone out to see my dad in the nursing home. And he asked my dad if he could marry me. My dad even asked him, are you sure you know what you're getting into?
Your dad knows better.
So
that's why. Because he raised you. He needed to make sure you need to make sure Josh knew exactly what he was getting himself into. He raised you. He knew better.
Had you guys talked about marriage at all before going up to visit your dad?
No. He had actually asked my dad after the fact because honestly, my dad wasn't in full mental capacity. So it was more of respect to my dad. And had we talked about marriage prior to him actually asking? Yes, I would rather live in sin than hypocrisy because he had already been married once and divorced. I had never been married. I never wanted to get married. I was content with being with someone, but I didn't.
So he knew that was a goal for you. Like he knew that at some point, like he was gonna have to put a ring on it.
No, he was never gonna have to put a ring on it.
Okay. All right, I see. Okay.
He was already legit getting the milk for free. He had no reason to buy the cow because the cow wasn't looking to leave the farm.
That's a motherfucking clip right there.
I am one of those chicks. Okay, like straight up, I am one of those chicks. He was already getting the milk for free. There was no need for him to buy the farm. I wasn't gonna leave the farm. There was no need for me to leave the farm. I knew what I was getting, and I was sticking around for that. Now I just legit own it. It's mine. Nobody else can have it. I don't have to share it. It's the joy of being raised an only child and the oldest child. Like I don't share. It's mine.
So what about you? Can you still partake or?
Actually, I was informed 3 weeks ago that as long as he doesn't see it, if I wanted to, I could.
Partake in what?
Yikes.
Partake in what? I need details.
If I wanted to find a new friend, I could.
And he can do that too?
Nope.
Oh.
Fully aware of the fact it's one-sided. But it's kind of...
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
No. It's kind of a reverse psychology thing. Okay, so I don't know if our listeners have kind of figured it out. I might be a wee bit of a sex fiend. I might enjoy it a little bit more than.
No, really.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever figured it out.
Yeah,
the whole
we don't.
So
bondage and death comment I made a couple of weeks ago. I don't think they figured it out. I don't think they got it.
No.
So it was more of a hey, look. I know that because I am medically incapacitated for the things that you enjoy. If you want to find someone, feel free. I just don't want to see it. And I'm like, dude, you work nights, I work days. You wouldn't see anything if I was going to do it anyway. But it's a reverse psychology.
How comforting.
I am a lot of things, and I was a cheater in a past life. I am married, and where my moral fiber is fully intact is the fact that I am married. And he knows I'm a flirt. He knows I'm a tease. It's what I do. It's not something I go out of my way to do. It's just naturally me. So it's not held against me for that. But I couldn't. I took my vows seriously. I do love this man. I do actually want to spend the rest of my life with him. I mean, yeah, I want to kill him, but I think that comes in most marriages.
Basically, you married.
Right.
Married.
Yeah.
Some days you just want to throw them out the car. Some days you love them. I understand.
I drop him off at work with "I love you. Have a good night at work. Get the fuck out of my truck."
Yeah. Married. Yeah. Just the married.
Okay, so it seems like we've missed a few steps in the relationship. Like, let's go back a little bit here. What are you attracted to? What says that's sex?
I like chicks that I know that I'm gonna need bail money to take out.
Oh hell no, you're toxic as fuck.
Yeah, no, she's got to have at least 2 facial piercings and maybe an eyebrow tattoo. And if she has a necklace that has her name on it, that's bonus points.
Oh, you like ratchet?
I mean,
you like ratchet. You like a ratchet.
Ratchet and clank. There it is, right there.
How do I say this without sounding fucked up? I have to have
it's too late.
Hair to pull, like.
Oh well, that's not really fucked up, but I see what you're
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Amy are like, no, that's
I'm not like I'm absolutely not, biased in any way, shape, or form. Like all good, but I've not known to not do that and made that mistake, and I would just rather not risk it. Is like, dude, they get mad.
Just ask. I'm gonna ask. I don't know if anybody else is thinking.
How do you politely ask? Is your hair? Yeah, yes, okay. She was, And I don't feel comfortable asking someone like, hey,
listen, I don't know if people are.
You felt comfortable enough to slide up in her, but you didn't feel comfortable enough to go, hey, is it okay if I pull your hair?
Well, she was being rough, so I just kind of instinctually returned the favor and
turn my camera on for this one. Listen, let me tell you something.
Bruh, it was just fine.
Just ask. 9 times out of 10, everybody got fake hair. Listen, 9 times out of 10, everybody got fake hair. You just gotta know. You gotta know how hard you can pull. Not if you can pull, just how hard. Because some people, they sew ins be trash, but other people sew ins be really, really good. You just gotta know how hard to pull. That's it. Just ask her, yo, is this tug okay? Okay, I got you. Say less. I like it. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but a couple of months back, I cut my hair.
Yeah, no.
So
Tora, imagine me saying that to a girl. Okay.
Okay, wait, no.
Nope, because you literally do have to do that, sir.
Yeah, say it.
Even I have to do that, so you have to do that.
I understand that in this department, I have no room to speak, but let me.
Oh no, girl, baby, everybody gets so.
Let me. You watch how much pressure she puts on it when she's like tugging at it, trying to get that itch that, you know, no matter how many times she taps at it, it ain't going away. So she gonna tug. You look how hard she's tugging. You pull slightly harder than she's tugging because you've been watching her. You can watch the tension in her hand with how much she's pulling, and you're gonna learn what that tension in that hand is when she's pulling some other things.
Am I supposed to be Sherlock Holmes over here?
No, yeah, just ask. This is the easiest way. I'm telling you, just ask.
But if you're too awkward to ask,
I feel like it would be rude to even imply that hair is not real.
No,
I've always ignored the fact that it's not. I feel like it's supposed to. You just don't even act like it's fake, even if it's...
Okay, it used to be like that. This is a whole show. Listen, it used to be like that, but it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
Because, sweetheart, the white girls you're dating and some of them Hispanic chicks you're dating, they got sew-ins too.
I mean,
yeah, they do. They really do. It's all over the place. Really, it comes down to what she says is good and what she says is not good. So give it a tug. If she's going with it, she's going with it. If she's not,
okay, maybe the girl I was with had like a particularly bad, because I don't even feel like I did that much. Like there's no reason that much should have come out.
It is possible. It is very well possible that she did not have the
it's like a handful, dude.
The style that would have worked in that scenario. Yeah.
Or her stylist fucked her over.
That too.
Like, what do you do? Too. Do you give it back? I just set it on the pillow. I was like, oh no.
You keep going.
You keep going. You put that shit on the floor.
You just set it. You designate a corner.
Yeah, exactly. You just throw that shit in the corner somewhere.
The same place you threw her bra and her panties. Designated. That's where you throw that.
Man, that motherfucker would be looking like an parking lot with them.
Okay.
Leave that in. Just bleep the name.
Oh yeah, no, it's staying in there. I'm taking it. Oh my god, not the parking lot. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, you just
chuck
keep
that shit
going.
to the side and keep moving. Just go.
Like,
because 9 times out of 10, she's probably gonna pick it up. She's gonna take it home with her, put it back in.
And
the next under the towel.
The next fool's gonna end up pulling it out too.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, no, see, that was my thing. Was I was worried she was gonna want to reciprocate and like, you know, eye for an eye type shit, and like
things happen in the heat of the moment. There are awkward moments and awkward situations where it's like, oops, and you just keep going. You just keep going.
Stories to tell.
Yeah, right.
So many stories to tell.
I was gonna say.
I think we massively deviated.
Yeah.
Listen,
Tora,
that's a whole other.
Tora, how do relationships start for you?
Yeah, since you're asking all the questions, yeah.
Let's ask Tora some questions here.
Hello, you got some answers for us, Tora?
Where were you the night?
What happened?
So we're reversing the questions now. So since we've answered a lot of the questions, we're asking you now.
Oh, okay.
What are you attracted to?
My bad.
How do relationships start for you?
How do relationships start for me?
Yeah, we gonna backtrack.
Well, first, I want to know what you're attracted to, and then we get to the relationship part, because I want to know, if your attraction and the relationship part are two different things. Because there's buddies and then there's relationships.
These days, I'm into grown ass men. Like,
preaching to.
I like a man that's gonna be a man. I like I ain't saying rude, straightforward, but like, tell me what you about so I can make an informed decision. If you got a girl and you into polygamy, let me know. Don't try to hide. What the hell? That's not gonna help me out. That's not gonna help you out. So I'm attracted to, I like men with careers and not jobs, if that makes sense.
Makes total sense.
And stuff.
I like men who have already had the umbilical cord cut and let the titty go. I like those type of men. You're not a mama's boy. That's a turn on to me. There's a lot of grown ass children running around here. I just don't do it. Maybe that's why I'm still single, because I'm slightly selective, and there's some things I just don't tolerate. I just don't feel like I want to waste my time. Yeah, I don't want to waste my time. But yeah, that's my attraction. That's my attraction. Good sex, I like that too. But anyway, that comes later. For most people, Amy.
Look, I don't buy a car without test driving it first.
I mean, do you? I'm gonna trust that the car work, and if it don't work, I have no problem with giving it back to the lot. Okay. Anyway,
all right.
Are we going to the next question?
Go on to the next one.
Are we? Okay.
Woo-hoo, I get to skip it. Yeah.
Why do you get to skip it?
Because I've done been ran over by enough buses.
The deal breakers?
Oh no, we can deal with that one. I got to skip the other one.
Oh, okay. Well, what's a deal breaker for y'all? When you're going to try to see, hey, is this relationship gonna work? What's a deal breaker? Bad breath?
How they treat food service industry people.
Oh my goodness,
and
that's a good one.
If they don't put the shopping cart in the shopping cart bin, I will leave you in the fucking parking lot and you will call an Uber.
But what if the shopping cart bin is like all the way over there and it's raining?
I don't give a fuck, man. I know a dude in Colorado who's been pushing shopping carts for 24 years and makes $19 an hour doing just that, working at Walmart. He's old as fuck and he has no problem doing it. If he can do it, you can do it. Done it day in and day out every day. Like, come on, bitch.
That's actually.
I'm saying that generally, not.
That's actually kind of legit. Okay, I could totally understand the food service worker thing though. That's like that's a precursor to an asshole right there.
If we walk into someplace and somebody greets you and you don't at least nod in their direction, like, or acknowledge them in some way, that's a little bit of a judgment. If I feel like I've taken chicks on dates to like, and then as we're leaving Walmart, they'll start pulling shit out of their pockets and be like, look what I got. And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Okay, like, let's go back. Holy crap, they taking shit out of their pockets, and holy crap, you're taking chicks on dates to Walmart?
Right.
Well, I mean
that would have been it. That right there would be a deal breaker.
We're hanging out, and before we go to the lake or somewhere, we stop at Walmart to get beer. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because man, the date to Walmart was kind of the one that got me.
You ain't got no liquor stores. You got to stop at Walmart.
Hey, man, you do what you can. Not everybody lives in the state of cheese. Fucking
white bread America, she likes to call it.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll start pulling shit out of their pockets, and now all that tells me is like, cool, so when we get stopped, cops are probably gonna know you. And also, anytime I take you anywhere, I'm gonna have in the back of my head, what the fuck did she just put in her pockets? And I don't want to have to play dumb when we get to security and act like I don't know that you steal shit. I can't. I've already made enough bad decisions. I can't be telling my people that I got arrested because my girlfriend stole flash drive or some shit.
You know what? That reminds me, I don't know why this reminded me, but another deal breaker, I don't know if I've even told y'all any of my deal breakers. A deal breaker for me, track marks on your drawers.
Just buy new ones, man.
Just, like, I don't understand. Yeah. There's shout. There's soap. I don't understand how a grown-ass man could have that.
You throw that shit, as soon as you see any evidence of anything, that is a ruined pair. As soon as poop touches a piece of clothing, that piece of clothing is gone forever. You just
Yeah.
don't.
Listen.
The fact that you don't have healthy hygiene, ass hygiene, that's
I mean,
a turn
hey,
off.
no. I mean, people get sick. That's one thing. But you have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just happen to walk in the middle of your friend listening to something, welcome to the Xennials podcast. This is what you get.
Listen, they make this thing called dude wipes.
What?
They are wonderful.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're great.
They're wipes.
Are they like
wipes.
baby wipes? Or
Yeah.
Like
Pretty much.
Oh.
Pretty much. They're called dude wipes.
Just marketed to dudes. They add an extra $1 on it. Say, hey, it's for men, and we buy it.
Yeah. And it's
Buy the shit out of it.
incredible.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, no advertisement here, but they're awesome. I personally enjoy them.
Yeah, they're great.
So would you be offended if
Oh
somebody
god,
gave
she's
those
about
to
to
you
bust
for
out
Father's
some
Day
dude
or
like,
something like that?
look how excited Amy
No?
is right here.
Say that again, Tor.
Would you be offended if someone gave those to you like for Father's Day or something? If birthday present?
Heck no. You want to give me some dude wipes? That just saved me $5.
Dude,
Oh.
every year during Christmas, our stockings are filled with just, I mean, stuff like that you never know.
Yeah, like hygiene is important.
I'm not gonna get.
Hygiene
You never
is
know when a
important.
friend stays the night and he's down on his luck, doesn't have deodorant, and you might need to help him out. Like, there you go, buddy. I got you, pimp.
Dude wipes. So out of curiosity, do you use these said wipes?
Do I? No, there is this awesome machine at Walmart, and you scan it and it gives you free samples, and I give them to my husband because hey, you never know. And sometimes you're at a place that's got some really crummy toilet paper and you want to know that you're good.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
I learned something new
For
today.
sure, a good packed lunch item.
In my bag that I carry with me anywhere, one of the essentials is dude wipes, deodorant, mouthwash, toothbrush. I got a whole kit in my bag. Like
Shoot, that's called the spend a night bag. That's a spend a night
I
bag.
am not about to be caught out there.
That's called my purse.
Yeah, man. You never know when you're gonna have to just randomly stay the night somewhere.
Man, look, I
even got hydrogen peroxide in my shit.
Like, there is a reason my purse has everything. It's because I never knew if I was gonna go home, and I needed to be prepared. I was totally content with walking out wearing the same thing I walked in with the next day. I was okay with that, but I need to know that I smell fresh and clean so that I can go on about my day.
So the men on our panel have man bags, Merces.
No,
you guys got
this
Merces.
This is actually. Oh no, go ahead, Chris. I got you.
Mine is a what are they called? The sling over your shoulder.
Backpack.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is it a backpack?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's no matter of fact, it's like the one that Caraway has, except for it's a little bit smaller. Because I did the, it's a little bit smaller, but I have a bigger bag like in my trunk at all times. So yeah, anywhere I go, man.
You know what? Not gonna lie, this is really refreshing. This is kind of nice, I think. No, seriously, guys, listen.
I mean, mine is specifically. It's a concealed carry bag. Like, it's designed to be able to access your firearm.
Wait. Is that a wrench? Okay. There we go. Everything in the bag.
Like,
I like it.
Seriously, I pulled out a sink stopper from my purse a little while ago. Yeah,
dude, get a backpack, bro.
I don't need a backpack. I have a purse.
Okay, so deal breakers for me definitely is hygienical. If your hygiene is off, that's a deal breaker for me. A big deal breaker, very huge deal breaker. Also, a deal breaker for me is intelligence. If you speak, and yeah, I can't do it, guys. I really can't.
If you speak, like,
yeah, if you
I know what he means.
Yeah, thank you.
I got you, Chris.
I know what he means too. Like, I've known him long enough to know what he means.
I just hate when bitches be talking, dude.
But unfortunately, our listeners are like, wow, he finds intelligence as a deal breaker. Like, he wants them dumb.
Y'all heard it here first.
Oh.
Chris does not like when women speak.
On a whole panel full of women. I don't like when they speak or something. I don't know. No, if we're in a conversation and the conversation goes and I'm lost and not in a good way, we're gonna have to keep going. It was nice meeting you though. It was awesome to meet you, but yeah, I can't do it. I can't. That's a deal breaker for me. Like I've met and talked to women, and it's just like, I don't want to call them airheads because that's hella disrespectful, but it's just like sometimes you got to look at them like,
how did you graduate?
Sometime.
Yeah, you worry about them, you know.
Like, what happened?
You're like, how have you not killed yourself by now? Like, how many gas pumps have you pulled away from with the shit still attached?
One. Just one.
Wow.
One.
They're polite about it though, right? They don't trip. They're like, it happens.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've heard it happens like all the time.
I've done it maybe twice, but I was in a hurry. Daycare was about to close. You know, this $5 a minute.
Hey.
If you late, I gotta hurry up and get to daycare because I ain't got that. Yeah, but anyway,
If it makes you
Maybe
feel any better,
twice,
I've left
once.
iPhones on top of my car and pulled off from gas pumps. So
you know what I don't like? Negativity. Like
That too.
I was recently talking to a guy. How was your day? Oh man, the last 30 minutes, man, it was just horrible. And this, that, and the third. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you was at your job for 12 hours today, but you chose to tell me the bad part of the last 30 minutes instead of the first 11 and a half hours. I don't want to hear that. Like, if all you have is to bring is negativity, my vibes, I get weird. My vibes is I tingle. You're gonna have to go. Your spirit is telling me no. You have to go.
How are you and I friends?
I know. What if the dude gets fired at the end of his Friday and he comes home to like, God damn, he's like, damn, they pulled me into the office the last 30 minutes on Friday because I'm fired. I don't want to hear that shit. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Tell me about the good part.
No.
I
if
get
we're
what
already
she's saying.
involved,
Yeah.
that's
I get
one
what
thing.
she's
saying.
If we're talking, you know.
I get what she's saying, because there are some
You
people
can tell-
that literally are just, they tell you the bad parts and never tell you the good parts. There's
You
nothing,
never hear do anything good happens in your
Right.
life?
they're never happy about anything. Just it's
Again.
all
Yeah.
Again,
And they're
Tora,
all-
how are you and I friends?
I am not attempting to have sex with you
Okay.
on a regular basis.
I was gonna say, because
I-
I'm like, I am the definition of negative.
You're Amy, and you're a girl, and I just like men, so it's not.
Okay.
There's no real
Okay.
like sexual attraction there.
Okay.
So there's
I
that.
feel like I see a correlation between people that are super negative and people that like complain about how little sleep they got the night before. You know, like, you know, the type of coworkers you'll come in and be like, hey man, how you doing?
And they
"Oh my
always
God, I got,
tired.
like, no sleep.
Yeah.
Well, then go to sleep earlier, stupid. Like, you're
Yeah.
starting the day off being a bitch. Stop it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
I had to catch myself in that a couple of times, because it's like, you know, sometimes
I'll say it too much.
But you know
like,
what?
I'll be in a conversation. I'll be like, man, I am, you know, I got so much to do, blah blah. I'm tired. Then I had to stop one day, and I was like, this is what
Am
I
I?
do. So
Yeah.
therefore,
I
there's
should be
nothing.
conditioned to this.
Yeah, there's nothing for me to really talk about. Tell the person the good part about why you didn't get any sleep last night, or why
Right.
you're tired.
Absolutely.
Shit
Oh
like that.
wait a minute. I might not want to know why you didn't get no sleep before.
No,
Don't tell me everything.
I
Be like,
always
"Hey, I was
skip
busy."
that.
Man.
You know, you
Look,
just skip
throw
that
back-
in adulting. You know,
Throw
just
back
like-
to the episode, what not to talk about at work.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm. That's not what I wanted to come into here.
I mean,
So-
and unfortunately, we've all heard that at work a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times too many.
You know, there was a couple of supervisors up there, little man whores they were. And if damn it, I'm tired of hearing this conversation. Can y'all go somewhere else with this?
Dude,
But
I
yeah.
wasn't even a supervisor that long.
Oh,
So for me, a deal breaker is how you treat other people.
mhm.
Like, again, service industry.
Mhm.
I be human. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's trying to earn an honest living. You ain't no better. Treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. And if you can't, I'm gonna need you to walk away.
Yeah, I could never understand the audacity of you to think that you were better than somebody bringing your food. Do you know they're spitting that shit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
What is wrong with you? But anyway, yes.
And then I'm going to have to reference, an old song. Let me throw it back to Gillette. A deal breaker for me is I don't care how well we get along. I don't want no short man. That's a
And
deal
with that,
breaker.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is proposal.
That's not a deal breaker for me,
I
but
don't want no scrub.
I totally understand where Amy is coming from.
Hanging out the
But
side of his
I don't-
best friend's ride.
But I will go ahead and confess. I will confess that I have broken up with a dude because the sex was lame. But that's a whole nother show coming soon. What's the next
God,
topic,
I'm about to
Chris?
say, oh my goodness, we've all been there before. Okay, next topic.
Like, have you like broken up? Because I felt so bad. Like, damn, I'm so shallow. But
Yeah.
it was
No,
so
I had to-
whack, and I tried.
I literally had
No,
to break
because
it
when
off.
something don't work right, you return it or you throw it away.
I had to break it off. I did. It was.
I
It
don't
was
feel
so.
bad.
It was
I don't
horrible.
feel-
It was like,
I
why?
felt bad for like 15 years behind this because I was like, yo, that was the most shallow shit ever. But
Did
I don't
they
feel
know?
so bad anymore.
Nobody
know?
wants
No.
wants a Ray J and Kardashian
Then fuck it.
relationship. Okay, so it's all good. Nobody wants to live that again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
nobody wants dead fish.
No,
Nobody
okay,
wants
fish.
to. Nobody wants Magikarp.
And it's not like it wasn't a great size. It was just like,
Well,
Nobody-
okay, I'm
proposal.
sorry, y'all. You know what? My bad. This is a
No,
whole other
honestly.
episode.
A
My
whole
bad. My
nother
fault.
show
My fault.
that we're definitely
very
gonna
soon,
do,
coming
'cause,
soon
yeah,
to the Xennials podcast.
We got stories to tell.
We got stories.
I got tails.
Gotta tell so well. All right, Tori,
The
let's,
freaky tales.
Hey,
DuckTales.
What not to
Take-
play at work?
take us away to the next one before we get into the show that we aren't doing right now.
I'm sorry, moving right along. So we've covered the attraction and the approach and the deal breaker. And now that you're there and you're like, okay, you're my one, you're my person. Are y'all into proposals or like, are you ready? I mean, we know how Amy feels. We know how Amy feels. So fellas, have you been on one knee? Would you be on one knee? You just gonna toss the ring at her and said, do you wanna? What you guys got? What's a proposal like for you?
I'm just gonna go on record real quick to say that if I get on one knee, I may not be able to get back up. Unfortunately, I'm a little stiff in that department, but I will say that it would be over dinner and kind of slide the ring across the table and be like, hey, what do you think?
I think you better try again with a goddamn knee. That's what I think. What the hell is this?
Hey,
You just
what do you
slide me-
think?
Like it's a pat. Like
You should be like, that's a nice fucking ring.
Well,
Well, what about it?
Right. You get right. It's a nice fucking ring. What about it?
You just pass me the salt. Here, there's a ring next to it. What you think about that?
What you think about that?
I wouldn't be mad at you if it makes you feel better. I wouldn't be mad at you. I'd be like, I can roll with this.
Right. And so that
would-
leads into that kind of falls back into what you look for in a person. The person's got to roll with you. They got to be you and that person have to be like synced up, as far as how you feel, what your goals are, what your plans are in life, because your person is the yin to your yang. That person completes you and makes you whole. So yeah, if I slide it across the table and say, what do you think? My person will already know that this is what we're talking about, because I'm goofy like that, or I'm unconventional like that. So that's my thought process on that. Just
I feel that.
Tora, what's your proposal? What would be yours?
I had okay.
No. We don't want to hear about the one that you had, because no. I'm gonna stop you right here. No, I don't. No.
Okay, so
And she's gonna do it.
yeah, the issue with that one is just that I knew it was fixing to happen, and I would rather not know it was gonna happen. I knew it was getting ready to happen. He was running around like a little chicken with his head cut off at the restaurant, and I was like, him and the waitress is sucking right now. But that's one proposal I've had. The second proposal I have had was by surprise, over the phone, not really romantic, but I still, you know what? If I feel that your heart is there, we can make it happen. Ideally, I want the whole shebang. Throw some roses on the floor. Let me walk in. It's roses on the floor, and you got a whole bed set up. And look at this. Listen, I would like to walk into a room or a hotel room, and it's all beautiful and set up and everything. And it's just like, okay, there's him on his knee, and yes, will you marry me, boy? Let me take these drawers off. We need to get married. I want the pennies to melt off after the proposal. That's the kind of proposal I want, but I never get it. So that's neither here nor there.
Tora's looking for that movie production proposal.
I as an event planner, that's what I'm looking for. If I could plan this for someone else, I would like someone else to plan it for me.
Okay, but you do realize, you do know the stigma that comes with your profession, right? Like it's not the Jennifer Lopez movie you think it's going to be.
I've done a wedding or two. I am true to this, not new to this. So I do understand. It's just
high hope. You're keeping hope alive.
I know what I can do, and I just like that I'm so in sync with this person that they know that this is what I want to. So
okay, so flip it. Would you be willing to do the production if you knew that was the one?
Oh Jesus. Listen, I asked a man to marry me one time when I was 20, and I'm so happy he said no. Now, it depends on how long we're in a relationship. Am I willing to get down on my knee? Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't willing to do all that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not. I'll be like, babe, you think we should get married? All right, that's it. That's my proposal, literally. I opened the door. I just need you to walk on in. But guys, would y'all have a problem with a woman on one knee asking you to propose, asking you for marriage in public, not at the house? Y'all at the mall and she done busted out with a flash mob, and at the end of the flash mob, she's on one knee with a ring in front of you, in front of everybody.
It depends. Like, would you consider like asking for an engagement, like asking for as a proposal? Like you saying, hey, do you want to get married? Like, because my issue, I dated my ex for like 5 years, and the reason I never proposed was because she wanted the proposal and the wedding, but not the marriage.
There you go.
I feel like so many girls want the big shiny lights and the big like perfect day of like being the center of attention, and they don't and then the honeymoon maybe, but after that, when they realize that, okay, this is actually like, we have to spend our fucking lives together, this is it, they never thought of that before. They just thought of the romantic panty dropping, like.
So here's the thing about when it comes to never been married, been proposed to a couple of times, but never married. So I am completely aware of that. When it comes to a proposal, I would like it to be us. You don't have to get my family together. Let's go do this. I can get married at the courthouse. I have no issues with any of that. It's just that I do want something, I do want him to make me feel special some kind of way.
Yeah, so, I feel you. Like, there has to be something to at least mark the occasion, because it needs to be special enough to like look back and remember the night. Like, right. You can remember the moment that it happened, but you want to be able to remember the whole night. Like, going to a carnival or some shit, you'll remember the moment you got there all the way until the moment you left. But if you just go to the same Applebee's or some shit that you've been to 100 times, it's gonna all blend together.
Yes, something important to remember. But I understand what you're saying as far as a lot of people, they just want the show. Look at the ring. Oh my God, look at this.
Yep.
Look, this beautiful roses. And
it is crazy, because the moment after the girl shows the ring off to all her friends and everybody, she'll go through that like week where everybody has seen it, and then she doesn't get the attention for it, and like all enthusiasm and just don't give a shit anymore are the ones that will push you so hard for the wedding to continue. And like that's kind of a dead giveaway whether or not you've got the right one. If she shows all the rings off to her friends and then just says, okay, well, that was fun, then she was looking at it for that moment.
Are you speaking from experience?
Nah.
Just thought I'd ask. Just thought I'd ask.
I'm not one that would say if she got down on one knee and flash mobbed me, I would be not okay with it. I mean, however it works. I mean, if you're my person, you're my person, and that's what I believe. You're my person, and you do that. Hey, I'm gonna go with it because I know we're goofy like that, or we.
Okay, so it's not a masculinity stealing type of situation.
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Not in my opinion. Like, I honestly feel like that whole masculinity, that whole, it's like times have changed. Like they're no longer categories of, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's just, it's what you do. If your person decides to say, like you, Tora, over the phone, hey, you know what? Let's get married. If that's your person, it's coming, or that's how your person communicates. Cool. you know, or if you're in a car one day, your person just pulls up to the courthouse and say, hey, guess what? We're going to get married. You know, that's what you do. But you got to know your person, and your person has to know you. And
because they not like pulling up to the courthouse and they like, let's get married. You like, son.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
so,
and I think that the idea of a woman waiting, if you know this is the person you want to be with and you've had the discussion, you claim to be a strong, independent woman, prove it. Do it. Show how strong and independent you are. Own the situation. Hey, look, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me?
Yeah, but if we've already had this conversation and you know that I want to be with you and you want to be with me just as much, what the fuck is the hold up? Why you ain't asked yet?
that's what I'm saying. If that's
Maybe
your person.
Maybe he's holding out to get you this ring that he thinks you want because you need the flash and you need the diamonds, and he knows that that's what you want. Maybe that's why he's waiting. Show him you ready.
That ain't me. I've been engaged once with a ring that came from a kiosk in the mall, and I could tell. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, my ring is a simple band. My engagement ring looks like a wedding band. It's just a simple band. And
Wait.
I knew you were gonna go back to it.
I can't help but wait. The kiosk though. Like I've seen Amy's wedding band. I actually thought that was a pretty cool ass idea. Like I'm not into diamonds and all that good stuff, you know. And I hope my person is the same. Like, you know, hey, this is, you know, listen, girl, you want to get married? Cool, fine. I don't have enough right now for like you know, $12,000 ring, but we do these wedding bands real quick, and then we can work on the rest.
See, I'm content with the 25-cent ring as you're walking out of like the shopping centers, and it's like, ooh,
Just steal one from a kid's cupcake.
right. Like I'm content with those. It's a ring. It's a piece of metal. It gets destroyed. I don't even wear my engagement ring or my wedding band, and neither does Josh. In fact,
I've always seen them as a hazard.
Well, we don't wear our wedding bands because we got into a huge fight and we threw them, and I collected them. They sit on top of the fridge. We don't wear them because we don't want the bad karma and all the bad memories that come with them, but they are a part of us. We do still have them, and we just haven't found a new set yet.
I wonder how many people does that happen to? Like, I really wonder about that, because been in that situation and was like, you know, they came off, and you know, I was like, I put them in the safe or whatever, and it was like didn't want to pull them out of the safe because, like you said, it just brought back bad memories. So I'm wondering how many people actually are out there in the world like that.
The fuck y'all bought that shit? Y'all spent money on that shit. Did you put the money in the safe just to have it in the safe?
I got a better question.
My wedding set cost $40.
Would you give those rings to your grandkids if they were like, "Hey, I'm getting married"?
No.
I wouldn't. Okay, so why do y'all even have them still?
Because they
this is a question for
Throwing
Amy.
them away would even be worse.
Well, would it? Y'all don't wear them. Y'all don't look at them. They're hidden away.
Taking the actual step to get rid of them, like just removing them from the touching them, acknowledges them.
No, it's a reminder of where we've been and how far we've come. It's our monument. It's our monument. We had these. Things got really bad. Things got really, really bad. Those that know. We've moved on. We've mended fences. We've fixed things. Are we 100% like we should be? Of course not. We're human. But it's a reminder of where we've been and where we don't want to go again.
Y'all married people is weird.
Yeah.
Because y'all going out in public without the ring on. So to me, that says, a single person, I see unwed, I see available, I see someone I could talk to and have a relationship with, only to find out that you're married. Okay, let me just go back. This is a personal thing for me. I can't stand for a man or a woman, I'm not into women, but I can't stand for a married person to not have their ring on. Here's the reason why. What if if they work in a shop where if your ring gets snagged on something? Okay, wait. There's levels to that. If you're in a shop and it's part of your job, I totally understand it. But to have, as a single person, I've actually been out and been on dates and was talking to only to find out he's married. Where the hell is your ring? Oh, I don't wear it.
Yeah. That portion falls on the individual. That's on the individual. That individual.
But if I had
told you
saw
ahead
the
of time.
ring, I would never.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
married could also be I'm separated but don't want to admit it yet.
Right. There's that. You know,
and
there's
also as someone who was baptized and did follow the religion for a while, there are religions where you get married and jewelry goes against the religion. Therefore, there are no rings.
Why are you on a date? Why are you talking to me? Why are you hollering at me? Give me your number.
I mean, okay,
let
so
me-
what if
Let me
what if
reference
you're-
episode 13, OPP.
What if your
But,
wife
okay.
is a fucking crazy bitch and will not let you go, and the only thing stopping you from actually being divorced is, hey, sign this packet and then we can be done with each other for the rest of our lives. But she just won't let go, and every time you try to start a new relationship, you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, things are getting serious. I need to tell you, like, I have this crazy ex. She will not sign my divorce papers. She won't go, like, you know, like, I feel like there are situations like that where girls
That
will
shit
get
should be
in the-
upfront. No, I don't buy it. It should completely be upfront.
Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, if that was my situation and I was like talking to a girl on Tinder or some shit, that's something you tell them beforehand, because if a girl's willing to be that fucking crazy, chances are she's willing to probably show up on the date.
Come by my house. Now you got a whole bitch stalking me, and I don't even know what the hell for. I don't even know who this chick is. But
Well, I mean, that
had I
could be a
known
good sign
that
for
you
the
were
dude.
married,
I
had I
mean-
seen the ring, I wouldn't even make a move. So
But what
I
if-
mean, I guess that's how it is for me, being one of the single people in the group.
Yeah. If you were
it's weird
separated,
that my friends
you
don't
still
wear
wear
the
the
ring.
would you like wear the ring until you sign the divorce paperwork?
Listen, let me tell you something. When I got engaged, I wore that ring. When we were going through a rough time and I knew it was not going to happen, I put it on my neck. Once we were completely
see.
over, the ring was gone. But I
See, some
always
people
had the
just
ring
can't.
there, so I knew. So you knew, yeah, there is somebody. I might not like his
Wait.
ass at the moment, but you knew.
But if you had the ring on your necklace, who knows what that means?
Yeah,
But you.
exactly. But I have the ring there. So
Right.
that
I
if
mean,
a
but-
dude comes to me and tries to holler at me, okay, well, I do have this guy in my life. Oh, I see you not married. Because I've had it happen. I see you're not married. You don't have no rings on. It's on my neck.
If I see a girl with a ring around her neck, I assume she's off limits entirely.
See, I don't know, because there's no real. I mean, women wear rings all the time, and women wear
Yeah.
rings that look like engagement rings or look like wedding rings or whatever. So there's really no differential on the ring. Sometimes you can look at it and be like, "Are you married? Are you not
Yeah.
married?" Or you can start talking to them and they be like,
That's
"No,
true.
I'm not married," or whatever.
That's
And
true.
There
Because
you
I'll
go.
I feel
wear,
like
I'll
my general
slide a ring
question-
on in a minute just because I don't want nobody talking to
Yeah.
me.
My general question would probably be like, was that given to you by like a significant, or you know, like if it was just to ask bluntly, hey, is that a
But-
significant other's ring? Or
To be
and then
honest
that
with
gives
you,
them the out to say no.
Like in all honesty, there's no reason why you should even have to ask her that. If you go to her and you're starting a conversation, she should automatically tell you, hey, boom, I am engaged, or I do have somebody, I am talking to some, whatever. That should be an
Well, of course.
automatic from the beginning. It's just for me, the ring, seeing the ring, that lets me know, okay, you're off limits, I'm gonna stay away. That's just me and my preference. And that's only because I've been bamboozled once or twice.
I
before.
mean, I don't wear my ring. Josh is fully aware of it. It is actually sitting behind the glass in the entertainment center. I don't wear it because here lately, because of my job, my fingers will swell and then like it starts.
See,
to
there's
wither.
good reasons behind it. It's just that
But
you're
I
not gonna let a dude come talk to you either, though.
No, and I mean, in my line of work, there are times where dudes will try, and I'm all like, "Yeah, I really don't think my husband would like that."
Bingo. And
And-
that's why I said it all goes back to the person. If you're not upfront with somebody when they, start flirting or whatever, if you're not upfront with them, then now you become the problem.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now you become the issue. And I think we talked about this in a prior episode when we talked about cheating. I mean, people don't understand how much that's a damage to somebody when you're hopping into a conversation with somebody and then find out
Mhm.
months down the line, oh,
Mm.
I'm married or whatever. And it's just
Woo.
like,
Try having somebody get married on you while you're dating them.
yeah, and that's
Let me
crazy.
tell you,
That's crazy.
I mean, tell ya.
That is, I mean, that's
shit right there.
That is absolutely insane to me. Like, what?
What?
You talking to somebody, having a whole relationship with them, and then all of a sudden, 2 days later, you at the altar saying "I do" to somebody else. There's something wrong with, like,
man. That's a story for when we ain't recording, but yeah.
Right. So where else do we go with? Do we go to our next one?
Yeah. I apologize. I was
No. You're all good. You're all good.
But yeah. So okay, let's talk about the lessons you have learned in relationships. The difference between marriage and live-in is what? The last name changing, the piece of paper, there's rings. What's the difference between married and living in?
The state you live in, because in Texas it can be considered a common law and it can cost you out the ass to actually end that relationship. Look, ladies and gentlemen, please check and see if your state is a common law state. If it is, do not ever place your clothes in the same closet. Do not place your shoes under the bed. Do not do it. Do not do it.
So I got a story to go with that. I was with a friend, right? Her and her dude had been together for 9 years. Decided they was gonna break up. They done with each other. So she goes to the house. She's like, yo, can you help me move my stuff? Okay, we're moving her stuff out. He shows up. This is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine. So now it's like, oh my goodness, what do we do? They are common law. They're considered common law. So he calls the cop. Hey, man, she over here taking stuff out of my house. Cops pull up, explain the situation to him, and he's like, all right, so technically it's kind of both of y'all stuff, common law. I said, how long do you have to live with somebody to be considered common law? He's like, in this state, there's really not a number but 24 hours. Like, if you're living together 24 hours, that's your common law hook. Dang. And legally, they are privileged to half of the shit in the house. So long story short, he got arrested because he had a warrant. So he ended up calling the cops on himself. But anyway, yeah, common law takes 24 hours, according to the police officer who told me that.
Actually, in the state of Texas, the last time I checked, I do believe it is 5 years, unless you place clothes in the closet or your shoes under the bed.
I don't think I've ever really heard of people being affected by common law relations. Nobody's ever had to go through like a common law divorce that I know of.
My mother had to. It's the only reason I know.
That would fucking suck.
Listen, and I'm sitting up here like, damn, how many people have I really been married to now?
How long ago was that?
What, for my mom?
Like that. It's been like that for a while. Like,
yeah,
when I first moved here, I got told it was a year because I was in a relationship at that point in time, and she moved in when she came down, and I got told it was a year. And Lord, I got stories behind that too. But
yeah,
that was crazy.
We're gonna have an episode called Regrets, and we're just gonna go for it because apparently everybody got a story to tell.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call them regrets. It's just I got a story to tell. But no, I mean, it's when you're living together, there's the expectation that you can leave at any time. No strings attached. We're done. You go your separate ways. With marriage, it's a long, drawn out process. I mean, it's unless you go into it with the understanding of, hey, look, if this doesn't work out, we go file the paperwork. You go your way, I go my way. We're done. It's a no contest divorce, and you're done.
So is the saying cheaper to keep her? Is that a true saying? Is it cheaper to keep her? Would you rather just go ahead and just stay married instead of going through all the paperwork and shit?
Or just don't get married in the first place? Like,
I mean, but some people love each other and they love each other. Shit, I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah, but I don't know, I feel like if you question it at all, probably best to not. That or just like sign a fucking prenup.
You know what? I think, never mind. Listen, I'm about to tell all my business. Let me shut up.
Well, it boils down to, you need to know the laws within your state. You need to know, if you're going to live together, are there certain things that are going to happen over your time living together that are going to actually change the dynamic without you realizing it changes the dynamic. In the state of Texas, if you live together, you can and you share a closet and you share a bed, you are legally married.
Bro, do you know how many times I've been married?
Yeah, no, I feel like that's something.
Listen, y'all literally know one of my ex-husbands. Chris knows two of them.
I feel like somebody could pursue charges to get like common law divorce, but that's one of those things where it's like,
if you really go through all that trouble, you're a real fucking Karen. Because I've known people that have been dating and boyfriend and girlfriend for like 20 years,
right,
and split, and just been like, you know what? It was good while it lasted later.
It's not always Karens. Sometimes there's a few Kens.
I was supposed to say Chad, but I like Ken better.
Yeah, you know
I like Ken better.
It's another measure of control is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Usually the person who's going to pursue it based on the fact that, I don't know if you realize it or not, but we're common law married, and half of everything is yours is also mine, and you've made the majority of the income, you've provided, the majority of the bill pay. You're gonna now have to pay me and basically, pay alimony and everything else. So it's a douchebag move. It's a power control. It's what it is. It's a power move. But with marriage, you generally go into a marriage, if you're smart and you communicate as well as you do, like when Josh and I got married, because we knew we rushed it. We knew that if it didn't fast forward and do what we wanted to do and it wasn't going to work out, we were both going to walk away with what we came into it with. There would be no arguments. There would be no nothing. It would be, this is yours, this is mine, bye. And anything that we got together, he'd already told me, you can have it, I don't want it. There's no financial assets to separate. We have our own separate bank account. Marriage is a lot of communication. Living together is, you're living together.
Yeah. I'm going to second that motion right there. I'm going to second that one. Because I generally feel like living relationships versus married relationships is just the difference between being with somebody and not being with somebody. Because living in relationships, you can literally just be like, you know what, I don't want to live with you. Marriage is like, you're not going anywhere, I'm not going anywhere, we're going to have to work this out.
Pretty much.
I don't think you guys should advocate for marriage. Y'all make it sound like it's shit.
No, I mean,
sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds horrible.
Sounds like a fever dream.
It sounds horrible. There's a meme. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a meme. There's a meme of this guy, like, when your single friends are looking at you and get into an argument with your wife or something like that, they like, that's marriage? Ugh. That's how y'all are making me feel.
It's like when you see you don't
actually,
have kids,
I actually felt like y'all are trapped. Like y'all feel like, are y'all prisoners? Blink if y'all are okay. Do I need to call somebody? Blink. Just twice to let me know you good.
No. Every marriage is different, right?
It means not blinking.
Right. And we got to check on her anyway. Every marriage is different, right? So, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, there's some marriages that are just like, who knows what is happening here. So
mine.
It's not that it's a bad thing or a fever dream or anything like that. Me personally, marriage is a wonderful thing. It really is. I have no real complaints, even currently in the status that I am. I don't have any complaints. Would I do it again? Maybe. But I kind of feel like, it's not a bad thing. You get with the right one and, you find your person in life, you're good.
How do you feel about like high school sweethearts or whatever that as soon as they turn 18, they get married?
My only advice to them would probably be to wait, because you never you're not experiencing anything, and some work and some don't. It's 50-50.
I think that worked like back in the 50s and 60s, with the grandparents and everything.
Yeah, back before then. The ages of like ways that you could just filter out people within a 50-mile radius. Back then, like, right, you knew the people at the high school and maybe the rival high school, and that was fucking it.
So, I mean, my advice to them would be at least wait till you're 21.
Agreed.
But if you strongly feel like this is the only person you ever want to be with, by all means, go do what you do.
I think
I'd say like 25.
I think my advice to anybody who is looking to marry their high school sweetheart, like you get out of high school, you want to get married. My advice would to seriously take a break from each other. Go out and experience. Do it on your own. See what the world has to offer. If it's truly meant to be and your high school sweetheart is your person, you will end up back together. You will. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, do one of those Amish things where you like take some time off and go experience the world. Because like if you wait till you're 21, like that's barely when you start drinking. That's when you can barely start having fun. I feel like 25, like that's enough time for you to have been able to be drinking and go to college for 4 years, and then by then you should know what you want.
I mean, Brittany is 17. She is still in high school. She lives with her boyfriend. She has it in her mind that this is her one, this is her person. Do I hope it works out for him? Of course I do. I mean, she's my daughter. I want her to be happy. And if this is the person that makes her happy, hey, more power to you. Do I think that she's learning a lot about what life is like as an adult right now? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And she's finding out that some of the quirks that she thought were cute probably aren't as cute as she thought they were. But, I mean, you find your person, and she's coming up on 2 years with him. She's found her person. And
2 years for a kid that young is kind of that's pretty admirable. Most relationships that young don't last longer than fucking a semester.
And they live together. The bills are in their names, not just his, their names. So y'all don't look at me like that. I told you I'm not your typical person.
My 18-year-old just told me she broke up with her boyfriend because she needed to have a hot girl summer. So that's where I'm at.
Oh my.
And I really liked him. And I was like, I'm so hurt.
Bye, Skeet got yeeted.
No.
Dude,
No, Skeet. But she said she needed a hot girl summer. So it is what it is.
Can we actually, what is a hot girl summer? Anybody know? Anybody?
Oh, she needed to be out there free and able to talk to whoever she wanted to talk to without worrying if her boyfriend is going to approve or disapprove. It's basically, she wanted to date.
She's graduating high school. She's 18. She wants that. If it's meant to be, she'll go back.
And he's getting ready he might be going out of state to a different college. So it was an amicable thing, but I'm just like, bruh, when were y'all going to tell me?
Fucking question, and I'm going to let you let them answer it.
Oh, what happened? I missed it.
I was going to say, he asked what a hot girl summer was, and I started to answer it, but then I was like, you know what? No, let's let the mom describe what her daughter's going to be doing during the summer.
She's going to be out there. You know what? At this point, she's 18, and she hasn't done half the shit I've done by the time I reached 18, so I'm so good right now.
Right?
Hey,
I'm so good.
Right?
So I'm just like, okay. I can't get mad. I can't be mad. So,
but I mean, I don't even think you need to be single for a hot girl summer. Like, I'm almost 40. I'm going for a hot girl summer.
I'm having a hot mama summer.
Your husband gave you permission to have a hot girl summer.
But I don't need another person to validate me for it. This is the year that I'm just gonna fucking own it. Like,
this is where we would put our Adam and Eve plug if we had one.
I'm going to full own it. I'm finally at a point where I'm comfortable enough in my own skin that I don't feel the need to.
She got latex paint now.
I got you.
I mean, it's just
a hot girl summer. Okay. So
okay. I know that was a little bit off, but moving right along. We can talk about hot girl summers in another episode.
We had hot girls. We had hot summers before they were hot summers. So we got stories to tell.
Listen, you remember that one summer they was all pee popping? Never mind. Disregard. Never mind.
On a
handstand. We
handstand.
tell so well.
They was on a handstand.
Man, on her neck. I said, how she do that? Anyway.
Oh, boy.
Anyway. So is there anything differently you would change about your marriage?
No.
A couple of things. Like I said, current status aside, it would have been more. Yeah, there would have been some changes. I was trying to find the words for it, but there would have been some changes, and it wouldn't have been a bad thing. It'd have probably made it better, so to speak. But it is what it is right now, right?
Even with all the major bumps and bruises that have taken place during, actually I can't even say bruises, all the mental bumps and bruises, that's how we'll put it, all the mental bumps and bruises, there's nothing I would change. But I'm also one of those people, I live my life with no regrets. Everything that's taken place has gotten us where we are now. And I'm content with my life. I'm content with where my marriage is. So
what do y'all say that the most important element a marriage would be? Like for in relationships in general, for me, communication is so important to me. Like I need you to know exactly what I'm talking about, and I need to know exactly what you're talking about so we don't get wires crossed, because this happens way too many times to me personally for communication to not be at the top of the list. So what would you say is something that's on your list that if they're out of all the stuff on your list, what's that one thing that is, if this ain't working, then the whole marriage is not going to work?
Dude, if I can't have a fucked up sense of humor around somebody and them not realize that I'm kidding, I can't.
Communication. It has to be communication.
Yeah.
You have to communicate to your partner what you want. Your partner has to communicate with you what they want or what their thought process, and then they have to communicate it clearly enough for you to understand it. You know, don't give me the run. You just be crystal clear as to what you want. So there's no, I thought you were thinking, or I thought you said, or maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda, couldas. Just be clear, be honest, be upfront from day one.
Pretty much.
Amen, preacher. Amen. Because that, I think that it's so cheesy and it's so freaking cliche, but communication is key. If you would tell me what the deal is at the beginning, you ain't got no problems with me at the end. So, but yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Where to next?
Okay, so next we are saying a little bit different. I'm just gonna test this out with you guys because I know how a couple of you guys are. So
you're an artist and you're sensitive about your shit?
I am.
Okay.
What do you guys consider a partner? Can you be married? Are you married to your partner? Do you have to be married to your partner? Can your partner be somebody that you are not married to? What is a partner?
I think just generally somebody that you don't have to be married to them or anything like that. As long as they're there for you. It's about companionship. I'm sorry, is the question confusing? Because it looks like y'all look confused.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but partner is a word that...
Is that a word reserved for gay married people?
No,
Am I using it wrong? No,
it's a very loose word. It's a very loose word. It's
okay.
Because
I feel like significant other might... Is that what you mean?
Right, because when I think partner, yes, through the rest of my journey as I walk through life, Josh is my partner. But when I think partner, do I need to be... No, I don't need to be married, because technically you guys are my partners at the same time.
But for the sake of the conversation.
Right, but again, it's still just one of those, at the end of the day, what we do here is still considered to some extent an intimate relationship. Is it intimate on a sexual level? No. Is it intimate on a relationship level? No. But is it still an intimate relationship? Yes, because we sit together, we discuss our thoughts and our feelings, and we discuss everyday topics. At the end of the day, it's exactly what you do in a relationship. You guys would be partners.
I totally agree with Amy. I'm right on it with Amy. I totally agree with her.
So that's why I'm puzzled by the word. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at you questioningly, how do I answer this without coming across as, are you guys going to be on the same page with where I'm at? Because although this is not an intimate relationship by most people's standards, at the end of the day, this is an intimate relationship. We discuss things with each other that most people barely discuss with the people they're sleeping with. So
Amen. Preach that.
I that's why I was giving you this funny look,
Yeah.
The reason I asked that question is because there is a lady that I like to listen to, a podcast I like to listen to, and she considers the guy she's with her partner. She doesn't say my boyfriend, my fiance. She says, this is my partner. They are just had a kid and they're getting ready to get married, but she doesn't call him fiance. She doesn't call him boyfriend, my future husband, none of that. She says partner. That's why I was like, okay, why is fiance and boyfriend not good terms? Are we just too old for those words now? Or why is that not good terms to use instead of partner? Which is what I was getting at.
Yeah, partner for me is a weird word. And I agree with everything that Amy said. So when I think about it in the strand of relationships, it's a weird word to be using. And that's just me. So that's what I got. But I totally agree with Ames. And that was why I was really like, ooh, okay.
I mean, it's just, we're kind of all, I think Caraway's the only one who's a little out of the loop on this one. It seems puzzled by why it is we kind of feel the way we do about the word.
Where is Caraway? Did we lose him somewhere?
No, he's here.
I haven't heard him in a few minutes here.
I feel you. I was changing my shirt. I feel you. Like, I thought the context in which she was asking the question was like, what did you look for in a potential significant other? I just thought that she didn't use the term significant other.
Well, she did.
But yeah, as far as like,
we got you.
Of course, I see like my buddies up at work, like, hey, it's my partner. I just refer to them as brothers.
So I guess the next one I want to talk about is a soulmate. Do you guys believe in soulmates?
No, that's something that I do. Like I feel like there are soulmates out there, but here's the thing. I feel like it can be something, and this is probably controversial in itself, but I feel like a soulmate can be outside of the marriage.
I will agree with you on that. I will. I also believe that you can have more than one soulmate.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think for like you and I, Chris, we're both Geminis. There are two very distinct sides of our personalities. So it's you can't, so if you follow astrology and everything else, your soul is kind of automatically divided. There's no way where you could have just one soulmate. Like,
yeah, I kind of agree. Like,
okay, now are y'all getting twin flames and soulmates mixed up?
I was gonna say that I think that there's like for people that you click with, but I don't know about like astrology.
The divided thing is actually what you described. What they say that a twin flame is like a mirror type of image.
So see, no, because I can have a twin flame that
it's still again outside of a marriage.
Outside of that, like there are people that you meet in your life that are in your life for reasons. There are people that connect with you on different levels for a reason, and it's my belief. And I believe that between a soulmate, twin flame, or any of the such, there's a fundamental difference on how you connect with people on all different levels, on a spiritual level, emotional level, physical level. So many different connections that make us who we are. So all of these words are kind of just like words, titles. And for me, I don't necessarily like titles because I feel like, a person's a person is a person. Are you my soulmate? Nah, you're my friend, or you're my, quote unquote associate, but we connect on such a level that it doesn't matter, what the title is. We just have a connection that just means something different between you and I. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, because I mean, Josh is my soulmate because when I was with him, there was a sense of peace and comfort that came over me, and I couldn't explain it. And that was when I knew he was my person. Being with him felt right. But I also have a friend that no matter how far apart we drift in life and how long we go without talking, we always manage to find our way back to each other. And I feel like for whatever reason, he's also my soulmate. Like he was meant to be in my life for whatever reason. So
and that like you, I have friends like that. Like I have a friend that no matter what, I don't think I've talked to them in a couple of years, but no matter what, we're gonna always be there. So it's just it's to me it's just like those are words, but at the end of the day, You kind of know who your person. That's why I call them your person, because your person's your person. That person that you're gonna walk the rest of your life with, that's your person. You and that person connect, and that's your person to experience life with.
Like for me, my twin flame would actually be my daughter. She is my mirror image. She is everything I am not and want to be, but at the same time, she is me.
Like, I feel like that's my kid. Like that, like you. I feel like that's my kid. Leo, that's my kid. That's him. That's my twin flame. That kid is every bit of me. So yeah.
I wonder which one that is. Let us think.
Exactly. That's my that's my.
And I don't even have to know what name it is. So obviously, yeah, we're gonna say that's that's definitely you.
Right.
I don't even need to know who you're talking about to know who you're talking about.
So, right. So I mean, it's wild, but that is that is me. That is my twin flame. That is looking at myself at what is he now? 15? Yeah, looking at myself at 15. Like, wow. All right, kid. Yeah.
Scary, ain't it?
No.
Oh man. Oh, yeah, it is.
Scary, ain't it? Yeah. But I've been knowing that since I met him. How old was he? Like 3?
Yeah, like 2, 3.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's Chris right there. It's little Chris. So, everybody that has everybody has a soulmate. Do y'all think, or no?
Yeah, I think everybody has.
I don't know. I don't think that everybody does. I think there are some people that are legit meant to walk alone.
Ew.
I've met those people, and for the longest time, I thought I was one of those people.
So there's a possibility they could have a soulmate because you thought you was one of the people, and look, you ain't.
But there are people out there who choose to not, and like they've tried and it doesn't work. So it's like, you know what? F it. I'm just gonna not do that anymore. So with all that being said, I guess we have wrapped up our relationship episode. My. Yeah, we did not incriminate anyone. A little bit, that's okay.
We didn't name names. If they're still shit in your book, then they know they are, but we don't know they are. So hey, I think we did good. And you guys were worried. We did good this episode.
We did.
I can't wait to tell the couple in Colorado about this episode and to check it out, because I'm pretty sure they're listeners. So hey guys, don't hate me.
Not just them, check us out on everywhere you listen to podcasts, especially everywhere. Like
me and this bitch.
Even iHeartRadio. We've moved up in the world. We're moving out there.
We everywhere.
We are. All social medias.
At the Xennials Podcast. That's where you can find us.
And if you've got questions, comments, things you would love to hear us talk about, email us.
It is the Xennials Podcast 7270 @gmail.com. And with that being said, say goodnight, Tora.
Night, Tora.